Welcome back to another video. Bradford City are back to winning weekends. We had 2 months away. I missed it. I couldn't wait for the football season to start again. Optimistic. The adrenaline runs through. Can't wait for the game. Team new comes out. You look at it and you go, right, well, there's no other senior in the starting squad. You've got Ash Taylor starting centre back. I don't have a clue what the formation is because you've got Ayoze and Halliday in the same team. Liam Rydell's starting. No Tyler Smith because he were injured, and it was looking like a very dodgy team selection from Mark Hughes. I still don't really know what the formation was because I think it changed throughout the game. But it wasn't a good game. But if you went to a game, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you just watched it by other ways, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But I couldn't watch the first half because I went somewhere, and by the time I got back, I only got back for the second half. So I don't feel like I can properly share my views on that first half. So please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below to educate me on that. But I did watch all of the second half, and I could tell from that we just weren't at it all good enough. We looked really disjointed, and it does look. You look at a team who's come into a first game of the season, and if you look disjointed, you look a bit shaky. You don't look like they know each other's rules or the plan. They just didn't look like they were a plan or a setup there. You've got to question the pre-season. Did we have a good pre-season with the way we went to Spain? Did that actually help us? The quality of opposition, coming up against Hull, Middlesbrough and Bolton, did that help us? I don't know, that there's question marks there, but I didn't think Ash Taylor should have been starting with the pre-season he had. Looking at the quality of performance, I don't like judging players or the way you play in pre-season or results, but you can look at a player's attributes and you can look at how a player plays and what his best roles are. And you can tell by Ash Taylor that he's a slow player who's slow to turn, can get easily found out, but he's a physical player who would like a bit of a battle, good at long throw-ins, and he'll be a threat from set pieces. Problem is, up against a Dom Telford and the other striker that they played, that they are quite pacey strikers, and they use that against Kelly and Taylor. Now I don't know why Taylor started, because like I said, to go back to that pre-season, he didn't look fit enough to be playing, and his performance levels weren't at the level of what we need from a centre back at the top end of League Two. It raises questions over Mark Hughes. Why have you selected a player who we all knew shouldn't have been starting? And there's others as well. Why we're playing Ayoze and Halliday. I'm not sure on the first half because Ayoze got sent off. I've seen the 2 yellows. Obviously the second one's all from Taylor losing the ball, and again too sluggish. I've seen a couple blaming Smallwood for the pass back and constantly passing backwards, but to be honest I don't have a problem with that because it wasn't a poor pass. It was quite a simple pass for Taylor to deal with, and he didn't deal with it all. Telford straight on him. Ayoze brings him down, and it's stupid. It's petulant. It might be just forgetting that you're on the yellow, but as a professional footballer in League Two, you can't be doing those type of fouls. I did see a lot of criticism from the referee as well from the first half, and that the free kick shouldn't have been given. I hadn't seen the free kick being given. I've seen the free kick, and I'm not sure it's Lewis's fault. Maybe he could have done better. Maybe he could have saved it. I think obviously he looks to have moved a bit too slow, and it's obviously down to his left. You'd probably expect him to save it. I'm not sure if it's a big mistake. I think you'd probably just expect a bit better, and maybe he ain't quite ready or up for it. We just didn't look ready for this game, and I think that's a big problem. Maybe not playing Rotherham as well on Tuesday and having a training session where we played sets of teams. I'm not sure if that helped. I'm not sure. To be honest with you, I'm going to be honest. I think I'm making excuses for these lot because we didn't look good enough at all. And obviously, Cook came off, Smallwood came off, Taylor came off, Pattinson and Walker. And I think most of it we're just trying to tweak and trying to find formulas to try and combat Crawley's style of play and to try and get at them a bit more and just adapting. But we just looked all over the place, especially those last 20 minutes or so. I know we were trying to go for the game, but you had, Halliday got booked and they were covering for Kelly in left centre back. We were just completely all over the place, and I'll go back to it. We didn't look ready, and that's got to be on Mark Hughes. You plan a pre-season, you play the players you did throughout the pre-season, you pick the starting 11, and if these players aren't ready to be playing, you've got to raise questions at him for that. The style of play, I think We dominated a lot of the ball. Looking at the possession stats in the first half, second half, not so much. But you know, again, you know, you look at the possession, it doesn't add up to anything if you're not going anywhere with it. And if you look at the stats, they had 21 shots, we had 14. They had 3 shots on target, we had 7 on target. It shows that we weren't clinical. But it shows we didn't create enough either. I think Ryder had a good chance at the end. And apart from that, again, you know, nothing too clear cut. And I do worry about that result. And it's obviously, thinking back on last season, I think Ian Howitt got sent off. So that's back-to-back red cards on opening days. I'm not sure what the records are for that, but that's back-to-back from loan players as well. And, you know, it was a good free kick. That's what won the game. We weren't good enough. We looked disjointed. Question marks on Mark Hughes with the style of play, the team selection. You know, that's on him. And then the player performances, they weren't up to levels either. So, you know, questions have to be asked to everyone. I think it's unfair to just pin it at Taylor. It's unfair to pin it at one player. It's unfair to just pin it at the coaching team, because it's an all-round collective effort where no one really shown out and looked good enough in that game. And a non-league team in Crawley, they brought in a load of non-league players, and the tip to go down. I mean, I knew we weren't going to win because it's not the type of game we do. We've got a terrible record at Crawley and against Crawley. I forgot to do my head-to-heads, unfortunately, but terrible record over there. And it's against a team, obviously, our tip to go down, away from home. I just knew it wasn't looking good, but like I say, it's a type of game that you've got to be winning if you want to be going up. Last season, I can't remember the stats, but I think we only had 5 wins against the bottom 6. 5 draws and 2 defeats, I think, if I remember rightly, and that's just not good enough. And again, start of the season, you want to win the first game, you want to stamp down your authority. When you look at the results, I mean, you know, Wrexham lost against MK Dons. I mean, MK Dons will be towards the top. I think Mansfield drew. You know, there were some results that went our way at the start of the season. You want to get that win to get off the mark. We haven't really had a lot of wins over the last few years in the first game of the season, and we've always started relatively slow compared to others. We've got catching up to do now. We look to Tuesday against Accrington in the Carabao Cup. We've got to pick up there. I think Oyogoke is suspended for that game, and not the game next weekend against Colchester at home, which is a massive game against a very decent side. That got postponed as well today. Crazy how a game in August, the first game of the season, gets postponed to a waterlogged pitch. But like I said, disjointed, no plan, poor setup, too slow on the ball until it was too late, and then we were really urgent. Then again, we were really dysfunctional, no plans. And when we went long, you know, no one knew the positions or the roles. No one knew where everyone was supposed to be. And hopefully that gets sorted out very quickly, because it did look like a brand new 11. I mean, you've got Lewis, who were there last season. Kelly, I'll just cross him out, because let's be honest, he only came on for 5 minutes, if that, throughout last season. Rideout, start of last season. Smallwood, Halliday, Cook and Walker, you know, 5 starters there who were all there last season. And for a team that looked so out of place and didn't understand who each other were or the roles, then that's not good enough. So I'm not going to do my player ratings, because like I say, I only saw the second half. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know if you went to a game. Subscribe if you're new, like the video if you did, and have a good one.